Audio's good. Excellent. Okay, so last time I took care of the vast majority of the side missions. Well, by that I mean all the side missions. And I also took care of the Overlord DLC because I was on a roll. Apologies, my dog is an idiot. So, now I am going to do Lair of the Shadow Broker. Here I am in Ilium's system. Time to do what we do best. Now, the goal for tonight is to get through both Lair of the Shadow Broker and Arrival. I hope I can pull this off, because if so, then I just have the last few main missions to do. I have the Reaper IFF, Legion's Loyalty mission, and then the Suicide mission itself. Gonna bring Talia and Garrus to talk to her. Don't see why I wouldn't. Alright. So far, so good. Let's see. I don't think I have enough money for any last minute upgrades. Hopefully, doing Lair of the Shadow Broker will give me what I need.
Shepard, it's good to see you again. So, what can I do for you?
I know you're looking for the Shadow Broker. Cerberus gave me data on where to find him. Interested?
Absolutely. I had no idea. Let me see what you've got. It looks like a leaked transmission between Shadow Broker operatives.
Oh, you killed Morinth? Nice, Iron Yoshi.
It's about Farron. He's still.
That's a very tricky one if you don't have enough Paragon or Renegade points. So good on you.
He helped me recover your body from the Shadow Broker.
Why did the Shadow Broker want my corpse?
He was going to sell you to the collectors, but Farron and I stopped him. Farron sacrificed himself to save you.
So you rescued me. Then how did I end up with Cerberus?
Well, they gave me intel to help recover you. They actually put Farron with me in the first place. After I got out, I gave you to them. They said they could bring you back.
See, this is funny because she kind of gets on your back a little bit for working with Cerberus when she's the one that sold you to them.
Without you, I couldn't have come back. Thank you.
You don't know what that means to me, Shepard. I didn't know who you'd be when you came back. If you'd feel. They brought you back, and now they're giving me a chance to find Farron.
Andrew, how you doing, man?
Sounds like you and Farron were close.
It's funny. He betrayed me more than once. He was double dealing for Cerberus, for the Shadow Broker. But in the end, he sacrificed himself for me. I knew him.
Know that from when you first played ME2?
Any friend of yours is a friend of mine. What's the next step?
Yeah, Morinth was kind of a surprise to me. I think that was the first non-combat loyalty mission I ended up doing.
Need any local intel?
You okay?
I've spent
Doing fine, Andrew? I'm happy to hear it, man.
Now I have the chance to make it a rescue.
Let me help. I'll come by your apartment.
Okay. Hopefully I'll have a plan by then. Thank you, Shepard.
Alright. Let's see what kind of shenanigans are happening. Because DLC time.
This is a recall notice. All users of Koros brand medical radiation systems are asked to discontinue treatment immediately. Please return your system to an authorized dealer for a refund or for
Love you a good Quarian. Tall? Oh, you mean Tally. Yeah. She's probably the best romance in the entire trilogy, honestly.
Hey, I gotta get back to work.
Okay, so it's over here then. Part 11? How long? Well, actually, I'm almost done. I have 2 DLCs, which I'm hoping to get done tonight, and then the last few missions. So, this week, if all goes well, should be the final one.
It's just, we're looking for weapons.
It's a very
Shouldn't you be taking this seriously?
long game. Like, I've done a lot of grinding and stuff off stream.
Listen, give.
Just things that I couldn't die from.
He knows. I don't know how. It doesn't matter. Credit him a full refund now. And then
And since I'm almost done, I've got to make a decision about whether I want to do Mass Effect 3 immediately after, or if I want to play something else. The next big game? Well, I'm thinking about that. The talk from Mordant. Very well done. It's always hilarious hearing him. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Tally and Garrus. The next big game, I'm thinking about doing Mass Effect 3, but I might do Persona 4 Golden. Because that one would be a blind playthrough. I don't know anything about it.
Multiple shots fired. Yeah, techs are going over the place now.
Roger, we got an open carrier on this end. Switching to a coded relay.
What's going on?
This area is sealed off. Please step back, sir.
Sealed up. Why?
Someone tried to kill your friend, Commander Shepard. Thank you, officer. Your people are dismissed.
Final Fantasy 15? I mean, that's definitely an option too. I won't rule it out. I'm open to feedback about it.
Tila Vasir, Special Tactics and Recon.
A Spectre?
I heard your status was reinstated. Good.
The vanilla game, aside from the Cerberus DLC and the extended cut for 3.
So,
Yeah.
I assume you had business with your
The
friends.
DLC added a lot to it, but thankfully they aren't necessary to the games.
Dangerous enemy to have.
Liara was expecting me. She would have left a message here. Her office wasn't safe.
I'm not surprised. Helium is just Omega with expensive shoes.
Yeah.
I haven't found anything useful for tracking her down yet. You knew Tassoni better than I do. Where would she have hidden her backups?
Let me take a look around.
Alright. Let's see what's hidden in here. What is camp?
It's part of my old armor.
Looks like someone didn't like you much.
Hate how the game doesn't tell you what's good and what's bad.
It's sanitation.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes the choices are kind of obvious, though.
Glass.
Jeez. Liara was living bank. This is insane.
That's not the Asari homeworld. I'm not sure.
That's Ilos.
It's Ilos.
One of the final areas from Mass Effect 1. If you decide to do P4 Golden, I'll have to speed up my personal playthrough when I experience that firsthand before you see it on stream. Yeah, that's totally fair. An image of the Normandy.
The picture changed when you touched it. It must be key to your ID. What does it show now?
It's a Prothean dig site. Liara did leave a message.
There are a few Prothean-looking objects around the apartment. Let's see what we can find.
Yeah, Liara was an archaeologist before she became a information broker. Aren't essential, but who doesn't want to Okay, yeah.
These things must be worth
That's definitely an issue I have with Mass Effect 3. For some reason, they locked one of the most important characters, plot and lore-wise, behind a paywall. The From Ashes DLC.
University of Ceres, Alessia. She's getting good use out of all that education.
Especially since it was a day one DLC, too. It was released at the exact same time as the game, so there really isn't a reason why it should have been DLC, but here we are anyway.
Nasir, I've got something here.
Backup disk. Let's try it on her terminal. It looks like she recorded a call.
Day 1 DLC frickin' sucks. Here, Andrew.
But you paid for the best. I can narrow it down to a cluster, maybe even a system.
How soon can you have it?
Shouldn't take long. Come to my office. Area Frontiers in the Dracon Trade Center. Gotta say though, T'Soni, you're making me a little nervous. How big is the trouble that could come out of this?
Pretty big.
I'll see you in a few hours.
Like, at least the Day 1 DLC for Mass Effect 2 was Zaid, who I believe is free with the Cerberus DLC. So, that's a point to Mass Effect 2 instead of 3, at least.
This must be important. The Shadow Broker's people already tried to kill her once.
I know where the Dracon Trade Center is. My car's outside.
Let's go.
Live without the armor? Yeah, a lot of them are cool stylistically.
Area Frontiers offices are located on the 3rd floor. I don't hear
But they aren't really useful,
party.
because all of the N7 armor types can help with that. You've got it, set up a PS2 emulator and play KH1. I'm not gonna set up a PlayStation 2 emulator just to play Kingdom Hearts 1. Like, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but I don't know if that'd be for me. Yeah, they do give stat boosts, but not as many as the bits of armor that you can buy.
The building from the top.
I'll start down here, work my way out.
Just leave some for me.
Klonoa Wii. I do not know what that means. Alright.
What happened?
The blast knocked me off my feet.
Building exploded.
Who are you?
I guess that just happens when Shepard gets too close to it. Oh, it's a PlayStation Classic? Cool. I've never really played PlayStation, so I wouldn't know. Was an Xbox player and Nintendo player when I was younger, and now I play a lot on PC, not so much anything else. Ah, it was remade for the Wii. Interesting.
Area Frontier employee. Looks like he got caught in the explosion.
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't take any bets on T'Soni's informant surviving that blast.
Get me to play KH someday, dang it. You can certainly try. Like, I will play it eventually, I just don't know if it's the right kind of game to stream, maybe? Oh hey, hack an ATM. There we go. Ooh, power cells. I think I have full charge. No, I didn't. PS3 edition of the trilogy. Digital. Nice. You could... Yeah, you could hop on Discord and do commentary. That might be fun, actually.
Not a military-grade explosive, but hasn't been armed.
Like, I've been throwing fun facts about this game, but you know way more about Kingdom Hearts than I do.
The Area Frontier's office.
Plus, you can get on me for when I mispronounce names like Larxene and Xeon. Yes, I know it's Larcene and Xion. I've been corrected. Oh, crap.
Incoming.
Say hello to the Shadow Broker's private army cannon.
Yeah, that's a very accurate fun fact you've got there, Yoshi. There is a reason that she is best girl. Ah, crap. Let's see. Alright. Really, a rocket trooper. Alright. Garrus. Eh, he's not my type, but to each their own. Oh crap, it's a Vanguard. Huh. Well again, Yoshi, to each their own.
Got it.
Let's see. Bye. Didn't even Sparta kick that guy, but he went flying anyway. Alright, let's keep going. Extra money, always nice. Yeah, that is interesting. Like, that's just the way things go, though, sometimes. Alright. Still wonder why they picked that dialogue to go with the concussive shot, when the concussive shot doesn't do anything to armor. Alright. Oh, you couldn't get that to trigger?
Look for a switch to
I suppose it's difficult to get the timing sometimes.
Good, I'm on my way down.
Because, like, sometimes it'll proc, sometimes it won't. And sometimes it's really hard to tell why certain dialogues won't. I like how the melee button is F. I don't entirely know why, but that's hilarious. Probably because of the whole F to pay respects thing. Ooh, heavy pistol damage. That's nice. Always good to get more upgrades. Oh, well then. Forge ID thing only activates? No. I used the normal... I used the Genesis comic thing, and I got the Forged ID to proc.
Damn. If I'd have been a few seconds faster, I could've...
You just gotta find it during Garrus's loyalty mission.
Is this the cat?
Must have been.
No sign of that data Liara talked about. Looks like a dead end.
Speaking of which, did you find your friend's body?
No.
You mean this body?
Oh, hey! That's her Mass Effect 3 look. That's nice to see.
Liara. This is Visir. She's a Spectre.
This is the woman who tried to kill me.
You've had a rough day, so I'll let that slide. Why don't you put that gun down?
I saw you. I doubled back after I left. I watched you break into my apartment.
You didn't know where Liara went because she hid the message. You needed me to find it for you.
Thanks for the help.
Once she had my location, she signaled the Shadow Broker's forces. They bombed the building to take
Found the ID, missed the people. No, you don't need to talk to them before you get the ID. You can still find them on the Citadel.
She's still got the disc on her.
Good guess. Not that you'll ever see what's on it. You pure blood bitch!
Okay, that's rude. Well, this is dramatic. They're not where they're supposed to be? Huh. I'm not sure in that case. I found them. It took me a minute or two, but I found them. Alright. We deal with these guys, we can go help Liara. Got the ID, went to the usual spot, they're not there. Maybe it's something that just doesn't proc sometimes. Or maybe it's like timing, you can only find them in certain parts of the game, like after a certain point or before a certain point. Yeah, that's good for Renegade points, but not much beyond it, so they don't matter too much, I suppose. Why would we be able to help with her getting away? Alright. Man, the tech armor is a lifesaver. I just wish I could have managed to get like the Revenant machine gun. Wish Renegade was reversible. Yeah, I talked about that during one of my previous streams. I wish that there were options for certain quests to get Renegade or Paragon instead of it just being Renegade or Paragon points no matter what. I mean, kinda. What's the point of a choice-based game if certain things only have one outcome? And yes, that was kind of a jab at the ending of Mass Effect 3 as well. If I play that, I will definitely get into all of that nonsense. How did I get all the way to Twilight Town? Oh, you mean for Kingdom Hearts? I don't remember what I did. I think I ended up getting to Alice in Wonderland before the platforming got annoying. Only quests are the Eclipse Smuggling Depot, packages for Ish, the ID, the Firewalker. Oh, dang it. Oh, went to the usual spot. I see what you did there. Well played. Alright, pretty sure there's a mini-boss coming up with that Spectre lady. Iron Yoshi, you're talking about the part as you're heading for the Omega 4 relay, right as you start the suicide mission. That's when all the romances culminate.
I'm fine, by the way. Thanks for asking.
Well, I think you're referencing the clock tower. Aren't you? For Xion and stuff in KH2? Oh, I get to drive? Oh crap, I get to drive. Okay, WAD to bank, spacebar boosts the speed, decrease control. Oh, you've never done any of them?
There she is. Hang right. No, wait, left.
I'm on her.
Hang left. She's around the corner. We're not going into the construction site, huh? Oh, guys. I'm not letting her escape with that data. Go, 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 go!
I'm going!
Traffic! Oncoming traffic!
We'll be fine.
She's dropping proximity charge.
Of course they are. So, oh look at that, there's a one-in sign for Jack. Prisoner 24601.
That's a fair meter.
Wonderful.
I think that's a Les Mis reference.
I know. There we go.
You're enjoying this.
That must be part of the Blasto movie.
This speed.
Yeah, and you're looking to be bad for you.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Again?
Watch out.
I mean, fair point, Yoshi. A cute room in Twilight Town called the usual spot where the main trio of the NPCs hang out. Oh. Yeah, I tend to import characters too, I just didn't play Mass Effect 1 because my favorite was Mass Effect 2. So, play this, then when I do Mass Effect 3, I'll import the character from this live stream series. And Andrew, I promise it is not that awkward, at least with Tally. It can be quite awkward with some of them, like Miranda.
I crashed on a shore. Get me some damn backup.
Alright. Aha! Oh, look at that. She already has her loyalty ability. That's funny. Oh, loyalty abilities? So, usually they only come into play after you do a loyalty mission, so you could kind of call this Liara's loyalty mission. They're special abilities that the squad mate will only get after you complete a personal quest that puts aside their, like, issues and hang-ups from later on. Like, for Garrus, he wanted revenge. We help him deal with it one way or another, and we get his loyalty ability to proc. Oh, importing from previous games? I'm not entirely sure how it works, but if you have both games downloaded, or save data from a previous game is found, then they're able to read it and figure out like certain cues from it, I think. I've never gotten into the whys and wherefores of how it works. I just know it works and it carries over basically any decision you can make. Oh great, that's more enemies.
Neutralize the drone.
How does that affect how the game starts? It doesn't really affect how the game starts. It affects stuff later on. Like, at the start of Mass Effect 2, the Normandy is always going to blow up, no matter what decisions you made in Mass Effect 1. But later on, you'll run into certain situations where you completed a quest. Oh yeah, you also get bonuses. Iron Yoshi just mentioned the morality boost. So if you played as a good guy in the original Mass Effect, you get extra good boy points. And if you played as a bad guy, you get more bad guy points. You can also start with extra resources, extra money, all kinds of things. It's kind of like starting with a new game plus, but not exactly, depending on what you get. One way it affects the game's start in a pretty decent way is the Arrival DLC. If you don't do it, there's not really an explanation for why Shepard's where he is at the start of Mass Effect 3, but there is one if you use the Arrival DLC. Ah, crap, I accidentally used Metagel. Oh man, Garrus is down.
I'll set them flying. They're using combat drones.
I swear I keep hearing like Krogan noises. Save Rex, he's in Mass Effect 2. Kill him in Mass Effect 2, his brother. Yeah. Well, yeah, because they are nothing compared to KH2's plot in general, Andrew. Like, well, KH's plot in general.
Stasis field ready.
Maybe it's because I've had longer to deal with Mass Effect's nonsense, so it doesn't seem as nonsensical. But Kingdom Hearts, you can't really explain that in like a short amount of time, and even then you'll have to go into further. Isn't that complicated, but it's a lot to remember? Okay, you and I can have talks about that, my friend, because I disagree. It's complicated and there's a lot to remember.
Fire in the hole!
If you play all the games in the intended order, they'll be fine. Is that counting all the retcons they use to explain things from later on? Because I've heard that they retcon the nobodies, and that seems to like change a lot. See, the best example I can give for explaining Kingdom Hearts simply is that Family Guy skit about the Emperor. Something, something, darkness. Something, something, light. That kind of thing. Mix in a bunch of power of friendship and some other stuff and you'll be good. They don't really retcon the nobodies, they explain more. Well, that's all well and good, but what if the retcon... What if the explanation is a retcon? There's a lot of issues to be had when it comes to explaining things in more detail than when you first introduce them, because you risk messing things up otherwise. Alright, hacking. Sephiroth and Cloud? And for that matter, why Aerith is alive in Kingdom Hearts, but for some reason they're treating it like Final Fantasy happened.
We're unharmed. We didn't see anything.
What kind of hotel is this?
Azure. It's a luxury resort from Sonic Edge. Azure is slang for part of the Asuri body in some areas of it.
Where?
Mainly the lower reaches, near the bottom.
I meant where on the Asari body?
59. Blood trail. Vizier got hurt in the crash.
That should slow her down.
How convenient for us.
Blood. We have to be getting close.
She's tough. We'll give her that much.
She's a Spectre.
Yeah, so am I. Why do they have a weapons locker, I will never understand. KH2, they explain that nobodies don't have hearts, but Axel and Roxas both act in ways that couldn't be explained if they didn't have a heart. Okay, so that just sounds like there's an exception to the rule rather than them retconning anything, but I might be mistaken. Assassin29, hi, how you doing? Iron Yoshi because Square Enix. Yeah, so we're playing Mass Effect 2, but we're also talking Kingdom Hearts because my friend Andrew there is trying to convince me to get a emulator and play that on stream instead of doing something else once I'm done with this game. Ooh, boy. Yeah, she's not doing too hot right now.
Vizier, it's over.
A later game they explain that nobody's grow a heart over time. The body fixes its own... Oh, okay. So they just didn't explain that when nobodies were first introduced. So it kind of sounds like a retcon. That's fair. It's like the Horcruxes in Harry Potter. They didn't really have an explanation for why Voldemort was still alive until later on.
We'll get you out of here safely, Mariana.
Well, that's good to hear. All you had to do was walk away. Now it gets ugly.
Please, I have a son.
A son? I hope he gets to see you again. I've heard losing a parent...
Good example. Thanks. I'm kind of out of my element when it comes to Kingdom Hearts. So that's another reason why I'm cautious about trying to do it.
You want Mariana's little boy to grow up without a mommy, Shepard? Thermal clips on the...
Because I get destroyed by the fandom.
Is that it?
What?
Basir, I sacrificed hundreds of human lives to save the Destiny Ascension. I unleashed the Rachni on the galaxy. So for your sake, I hope your escape plan doesn't hinge on...
Take it one game at a time? Maybe. We'll see.
Now, Liara.
Table flip. Most of the KH fandom's pretty chill. Okay, with as big as it is, I have my doubts. Oh crap. She's a Vanguard.
They've seen it.
AKA we're in trouble now, boys. She can do the quick step. We also love watching blind playthroughs. Okay, that might be something to think about, but I still think I'll get torn apart. Oh god, is she going to... She's a wave boss, isn't she? Son of a mother, she is. Find it hard to find mineral cache? Yeah, that's the thing. Those those registries, poor, normal, good, rich, that tells you how many mineral deposits there are on them and how many there are. So poor planets have the lowest amount. So that's why you have issues there. Has the simplest part of the series, nothing to get torn apart yet? I'll think on it, Andrew. It might be fun. I might look into an emulator. Could be a good way to end up getting other games, too. Goodness knows I've wanted to play the God of War games for a while, because I'm a huge fan of Greek myths. You're a Sentinel and you did fine? Yeah, I'm playing Sentinel too. I don't really play Sentinel usually, so that's why I chose that for the hard mode. Or Insanity mode, rather. Because I figured it'd be a nice challenge. The game doesn't feel like 5D chess until Dream Drop Distance. That's on the 3DS, right? I feel like that one was the 3DS one. Oh, lovely, the Psycho's back. Let's bully her. Okay, so Liara's ability right there, Stasis, is completely broken in a one-on-one fight. She can just stop an enemy from moving, and they absorb damage over time. Love playing Sentinel, Biotics, and Tech. Yeah, I usually chose an Infiltrator or a Soldier, honestly. I liked being the support for my team. so that just worked well for me. Oh god, she's bugging out! Okay, she's fine again. Oh, wow. She really hit me with the Omaewa no Shinderu, didn't she? Okay, I'm gonna hit these drones with an arc projector shot. That takes care of most of my problems at once. Okay. Yes, Andrew. Thank you for finishing the infamous quote from Fist of the North Star, my friend.
I'll finish you myself.
Oh, will you now? Because that's been going so well for you, honestly, over the past few minutes. So somehow, I'm not really sure the reasoning, but I love it. The damage stacks when they're in stasis, so they just get a buttload of damage done to them when they get out of it. Ooh, you're doing Jacob's mission? As much as I'm not a fan of Jacob, I do like his loyalty mission, so be sure to have fun with that. Oh, you don't know? Yeah, a lot of people don't really know where it came from. It's from a really old anime. And by really old, I mean like the 90s. Oh my god, does that work? It looks like while she's charging up her biotic charge, if I hit her with a warp, it like interrupts it. That's very interesting. Okay, she's wigging out. That's stasis at work. Oh, hey, did we get her? Yep. You're losing a lot of blood, lady.
Zakat's personal data pad. This has what we need to find the Shadow Broker.
You're dead. The Shadow Broker has been in power for decades. He's stronger than anything you've ever faced.
Is that why you sold out the council to work for him?
You think I betrayed the council? Like Saren? Go to hell. The broker's given me damn good intel over the years. Intel that saved lives and kept the Citadel safe. So if the broker needs a few people to disappear, I'll pay that price without hesitation.
Spectres don't blow up buildings filled with innocent people.
I don't. Some do.
We get our hands dirty so the council doesn't have to. The counselors might complain.
The RoboCop outfit, this is the Kestrel armor from one of the DLCs. It provides a huge boost to shields.
You have any idea what your terrorist friends
So, I can show you when we get back to the Normandy, Andrew, but I have a lot of different armor sets I can choose from, mix and match for extra weapon damage, shields, health, that kind of thing. But the one that I have on does look like a RoboCop outfit, I'm not gonna lie to you.
judge me. Don't you?
Too bad, you're being judged. Shame the dead are sorry. Lovely.
Seer's dead.
I'm putting the data through to the Normandy's computers. We can be at the Shadow Broker's base in a few hours. He'll know about Vizier before.
The main theme of the original Mass Effect.
We'll get Farron out of there alive.
The Phalanx cannon, the shields. Think you got the armor?
You're here to help.
Yes, put her in the cone of shame. Yeah, just to make sure, talk to Jacob after you do his loyalty mission. He's the one that gives you the armor.
You fought a broken battle
Garrus gives you the Phalanx cannon, and Tally gives you the shields.
for help.
That's what friends do, Liara.
I can get us there based on Zakat's data. The Normandy stealth drive will keep them from detecting us. The Shadow Brokers agents are still shooting their way through Iliad. With luck, they won't notice we've left until it's too late.
That's a little cold. They killed innocent people.
You know what I mean?
Do I? When I hit the ground back at the trade center, you went after Vizier without a backward look.
A little fall wasn't going to kill you. I had to stay on Vizier. I had to stay rational, make the call, like I did with Zakat.
That's Vizier's fault, not yours.
Zakat had no idea what the stakes were. I put him in harm's way to get the data I needed. I got him killed. And I'd do it again. But from here on out, things will be simple. Get in, get Farron, get out. And kill anyone who tries to stop us.
wait, that last bit.
Will you just stop for a second? We'll be jumping several light years. There's time to talk.
About what?
You haven't been the same since I came back, Liara.
What do you want me to say, Sharon? That I'm
Yeah, they can be pretty tricky to catch if you're not paying complete attention.
made mistakes. I lost people. I helped get you back. And I want to do the same for Farron. I'll sit and talk once he's safe. Until then, enjoying the scenery is an insult to the man who saved both of us.
Okay, let's go.
Now, do we actually have time for me to research upgrade? No, we're landing on the ship right now, aren't we? Dang it. I'll bring Tally. Might be fun. While back, you got it this time? Well, good job. She has the Locust and a Phalanx. Yep, okay. We're good. Alright, let's see if I can get all the upgrades this time. Doing this DLC is also worth it because with resources I can reset the points for my teammates. Yeah, if you're playing a certain morality, you should miss the prompts. Like, if you're doing a Renegade run, miss the Paragon prompts, because you actually get Renegade points for missing Paragon prompts.
Hagalaz. The oceans boil during the day, then snap freeze 10 minutes after sundown.
Sounds like hell.
Shadow Broker lives in this?
His ship follows the sunset, completely undetectable in the storm, unless you know where to look.
And we do.
The shuttle bay is locked down. We'll need to land on the ship and hunt for a hatch.
Let's see, I think we have a good time talking about Mass Effect 1 coming up.
Instant lightning storm where the hot and cold air collide.
Really wish there was an option to repaint all the Cerberus colored stuff that we have. Wonder if there's like a mandate against that.
It's hard to pinpoint in this lightning, but I'm picking up signals from a communications array near the back.
Alright. Looks like we're good.
Envelope of maintenance equipment. We have to find an entrance near the back shielding.
Yeah, if I can't see it, if in doubt.
I'm definitely going to turn on my ammo powers though, just to make sure.
I've never wanted to see one so much before. So.
They're going to help me if there's any armored enemies, because Sentinels don't do really good against armored opponents.
Right.
Ugh. Favorite setup: the Arc, Carnifex, and Tempest. Tempest is in the machine gun? Yeah. that is what you're referring to. The Locust is the best submachine gun, but you only manage to get that if you have Kasumi's DLC, which you said you don't, so... It's a lot better in my opinion, but it is a DLC weapon.
Careful. Those capacitors discharge bits of lightning.
Thanks for the tip.
Try firing at the capacitor. Want some more?
There we go. I do like how they made the design of this ship so that you aren't really sure where you're supposed to stand, compared to other places where it's pretty clear because you're not supposed to be out here, so it makes total sense. I appreciate that. Oh, she's a part of the Cerberus DLC pack? So I guess you're not a fan of the Locust? Okay, that makes sense. 'Cause I knew Zaid was part of it. I did not know that Kasumi was part of it. Now it makes more sense. Thank you for clearing that up. I appreciate that. Boink. I like how the outside of the ship just has environmental arc projectors around. Like, that is something to appreciate. Man, that really is just the pain button for enemies, isn't it? Oh, you chose the sniper rifle? I chose the assault rifle because my favorite team is Tali and Garrus, so it provides coverage, because I usually have Garrus using the sniper rifle. Plus, on Insanity difficulty, without any of the time dilation perks you get as an infiltrator or a soldier, using a sniper rifle can be pretty difficult. Extra credits. Sentinels do stand a chance against armored individuals. Warp? Yeah, that's true, but Warp isn't as good against armor as it is against barriers. Like, Incinerate or Incendiary armor, ammo or sniper rifles or shotguns are best against armor.
Okay. Looking down was clearly a mistake.
Oh, wow, yeah. Well done on your part, Liara. Good looking out. Okay, Tally, make us a friend. Yeah, it all works, but there's like certain calculations to it. I'm not an expert in regards to that, but warp and warp ammo works best against barriers. There definitely is something to be said about them against armor. It's definitely better than against shields or anything, but there is a distinct difference.
When I covered up?
Yeah, so I had to put the chair upside down.
This ship is incredible. It must have taken decades to build and
Oh wow, yeah, this is a
I think we can guess.
really cool ship.
If the ship's engines stop even for a moment, at least the Shadow Broker would go down with us.
That's comforting.
Alright, let's see here. More enemies up ahead, I imagine? Let's see, so far so good. I think we're getting close to the main door where we need to hold the line for a bit while Liara hacks it.
They've seen us.
Man, this feels cheap, but it's a lot safer. It's kind of like having explosive barrels around, so I guess it shouldn't count as something that's too cheap, right?
Watch out, flashbangs!
I mean, it's only fair. I got to only bring 2 friends, but they have a whole army. Experience playing Renegade, Mass Effect 1, continue playing Renegade, Paragon for BS reasons, beat Mass Effect 2. Yeah, that's not something that I like, just having points appear for seemingly no reason. I think just certain missions and certain dialogue options force you to take 100% rally. We have a Hulk. That's actually not entirely inaccurate. They do have a very Hulk-like being later on. So I wouldn't say you're incorrect. You are accidentally very correct, in fact.
Second flying.
Man, that guy just flew into the lightning storm right there. He just exploded.
It's fun.
Okay, Tally, make us a friend. So, Andrew, in a sense, they both have an army and a Hulk, and that's just unfair, quite frankly. No, they don't have a Hulk army. They just have one Hulk. Save all my points for the moral booster at the beginning. Max amount of Paragon without the Renegade catching up. That's fair. That makes sense. Starting to run the lows on the ammos. Not the best thing in the world. Not a very fun feeling. Maybe about 2 hours into this game when you try it. Oh yeah, it's still big, Andrew. It's not for everyone. Like, I really got into Mass Effect 1, and then 2 and 3 just followed, and I like them both better than the first one. Green camo with blue accents? Nice. I usually go the default black and red, but I chose blue, which works out really well because Garrus's DLC armor kind of matches. Found Enemy 2 for 5 at GameStop, gave it a shot. Yeah, Andrew, that's how I feel about Kingdom Hearts. It just throws a lot at you. Except I find Mass Effect to be a bit more manageable. Man, really need to find some thermal clip. There. What a relief. Do you know what threshold provides what set of missions? In Mass Effect 1, there are certain missions you only get depending on the amount of Renegade or Paragon points you have. So you can't play all of the missions if you only do one alignment. I don't know where exactly the threshold is, but I think there's a few missions for each, for like maybe 20% and 50% or something. I might need to look into that. Man, look at that. Ain't that beautiful? It doesn't know you don't play all the games at once.
Not even a guardrail. I bet the broker's agents love patrolling the hall.
At least the view is nice.
Well, honestly, it kind of loses me as soon as I see... If I expect you to read all the Harry Potter books simultaneously, that are crazy, but reading them one at a time allows it to naturally feed you. I don't think anything that Kingdom Hearts does can be considered naturally feeding the story to you. They have a gachapon that gives you plot, and now a melody game that gives you plot.
How long will it take?
I don't know, Shepard. I've never broken into the Shadow Broker's base before. Well, not this one anyway.
Sure that shot is working?
It's illegal, even on Ilium. It didn't come with a warranty.
But you tested it, right?
Here come more of them.
Tell me you tested it.
This should clear it out.
Referring to the campaign missions? Oh! Well, the ones it forces you to play are pretty simple. It forces you to do Horizon once you've recruited all of the main people, not counting Cassimy and Zaid. So when you recruit Grunt, Jack, Mordin, and Garrus, then it forces you, after 3 or 4 missions, and if your squad is a total of 8 people, counting DLC characters, that is when it forces you into the collector ship mission. When you're done with the collector ship mission, it doesn't force you into any.
I'm sure it won't be much longer.
Lies.
When you could just slap Omnigel on everything?
That security upgrade made a lot of people unhappy. Look out, more on the way.
Okay, so that was a reference to one of the segments of Mass Effect 1 where hacking minigames could all be just ignored if you used something called Omnigel, which you could melt basically anything down into.
Rocket drones, front of the ship.
Oh crap. The Gosh gives you backstory that you can easily look up on YouTube, but you don't need that until KH3. Yeah, but still, if it's some lore that's important to the story and it's in a Gashapon minigame, not minigame, but an entire game, that's a little ridiculous.
Got them. Clean combat drone.
Still don't know the full significance of the Gashapon. You can only play the console games and not miss much. Huh.
Neutralize the drone.
Well, either way, from what I've heard, KH3 is supposed to be the... Okay, have fun, Iron Yoshi. From what I've heard, KH3 is supposed to be the end of the Xehanort saga. So, I guess now that all of the Xehanort games are released, you can figure out how to play the plot now. Better now than waiting for all the games to come out, I suppose. Looks like one more wave after this one.
The next wave looks like a big one.
You just had to give him tactical advice.
But now there will be fewer left to deal with inside.
Keep dreaming, Sony.
At least Tally and Liara revive in between rounds. This would be near impossible otherwise.
Watch the Atari.
Pick him up, I'll blow him up.
Biotics on the field.
Oh, rockets! Oh no, they got Tally. Crap.
Your eyes.
Setting up for after the Xehanort. I'm gonna give it the film, leave it a flex that ties into the secret ending of Vanilla Cage 3 and a little into the beginning of the Remid DLC. Okay. I guess that's a bit better, but it's still pretty bad to have some plot set up in a Gashapon game. And by main games, do you only mean KH 1, 2, and 3, or are you talking about, like, Chain of Memories, Birth by Sleep, 365 over 2 days, or whatever? Yay! We get to go inside now. I'll admit, Andrew, you're definitely talking it up, but still. Every KH game is a... That's not how that works. That's why they're called main installments. Because there are side games. Great. Rockets. Okay, I need to push up. Okay, let's bully him as soon as he moves.
Shield your eyes.
The only game you don't consider main is the mobile game? Okay, see, mobile games are definitely not main games. But I don't think you can say that every single Kingdom Hearts game is a mainstay game. No side games, every game is some pieces of the puzzle. Okay, see, that's how they get money from you. If every single game has hints, and every single game is part of the main series, that is just obnoxious. Like, compare, Shin Megami Tensei, the series that Persona's a spin-off from.
Antibiotics. Watch your partner. Issues.
Soften them up.
The fact that every game is connected is... I mean, I guess that just doesn't work for me. If there's a main series of games, I'd play those, and then if I like them and want to do more, then I'd do the side games. But the way I'd play Kingdom Hearts is definitely wrong. I'd probably just do 1, 2, 3 and leave it at that.
I've downloaded the ship's layout.
Because, you know, that's the way it's labeled, that's the way they should have the order be. Do not do that? Well, why not? That's how the games are labeled. It just makes logical sense that that's the way they want you to play the games. If they're labeled 1, 2, and 3, why did I play something else in between 1 and 2? That's just logical. Because what if that's actually the right way to play the games and everything else is wrong? 3 is not a sequel to 2, it's a sequel to Dream Drop Distance. Okay, well that just doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't they call it Dream Drop Distance 2 or something then? See, they're being very confusing.
Combat thrown away.
Alright. Alright. Let's hack this door open. There we go.
getting you out of here.
Save the drill.
No.
Farron,
Administering controlled shock.
What the hell is the broker trying to do to you?
The equipment is sensitive to tempering. This chair plugs into the broker's info network. You have to shut off the power. Pull me out now and bring books.
do you know where we can cut the power?
His main room.
Easy. You'll have to go to Central Operations.
Easy or not, we're all getting out of here.
Good. Central Operations is down the hall. You know the Shadow Broker's waiting for you, right?
I'm counting on it.
We'll be back for you, Farron.
I'll try not to go anywhere.
I want all teams to outpost C. Get enough of it. Paint the
Missing most of the series if I only play 1, 2, and 3. Days and Birth by Sleep are the best stories in the series. Rechain explains how Sora got in the pod between 1 and 2. Cut it. Okay, see? That just is a lot to me, and that's just a super brief detailing of games' plots and how they connect. Like, why label the games 1, 2, and 3 if they don't directly connect to each other without a whole other game in between? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, they connect directly to each other. Granted, it makes the most sense if there's a DLC, the Arrival DLC, in between Mass Effect. Just play them in release order, not that hard. That's still pretty ridiculous, to be fair. Like, you gotta admit to that, at least. Because why not label the next Kingdom Hearts game on... Oh yeah, they made this weird Master Collection thing, so that you can have all of it on a set of discs. But still, there's an oddity to the fact that if you're done with KH1, it just makes logical sense you'd want to play KH2 next, instead of whichever game came next. The Shadow Broker. I told you they had a Hulk.
You're for the drill. Reckless, even for you, Commander.
That bombing on Iliad wasn't exactly subtle.
Extreme, but necessary.
No, it wasn't. Neither was caging Farron for 2 years.
Dr. Tassoni, your interference caused all this. Farron betrayed me when he handed you Shepard's body. The Drell is simply paying the price.
Someone was bound to come after you for working with the Collectors.
Play KH1, watch Rechain's cutscenes on YouTube, then play 2. Well, why would you do that? Like, why not just call Rechain Kingdom Hearts 2? Why would they make it a trilogy if they have all this supplementary stuff that you need in order to fill in the blanks?
Travel with fascinating companions, Doctor. I'm surprised you brought the Quarian to Sony. Her supposed leadership on Haystrom got most of her team killed.
You're not putting a hand on anyone.
It's pointless to challenge me, Asari. I know your every secret, while you fumble in the dark.
Is that right? You're a Yogg.
Because Rechain doesn't play like 1, so it got a different subtitle.
From massacring the Council's first contact teams. This
Okay, so
planet's discovery.
if they play like Kingdom Hearts 1, they're a sequel like Kingdom Hearts 2 or Kingdom Hearts 3, but if they play differently, then they're a completely different subtitle, like Birth-Based Sleep or Dream Drop Distance.
How am I doing?
Lovely. It took down Tally. Oh, but he gets... All the non-number games have a gimmick or a wrench in the regular formula. I suppose that's fair, but still a very confusing way of doing things.
The shield's kinetically sensitive. Energy and projectiles are bouncing off.
Then we do this the hard way.
Hit him now!
Okay, that was pretty sick, not gonna lie. That's an Omni Shield.
Switching weapons.
Don't need him to save me, bud. Talk crap as much as you want. We're still winning here. Because I've got infinite shields, boy. Step up to the infinite shields. You can't. Shepherd Punch!
If you can get him to bring up that shield again.
Well, it was a problem at one time. Chain of Memories used to be GBA. Nobody had played it when KH2 came out. Nobody... Well, at least you're acknowledging that it was an issue at one point. If they did a bit to fix it, then that's alright, but there is still the fact that it is an issue.
Right.
Now that HD collections are out, it's super easy to get hold of the games, and playing them is anything but a chore. Dude, all those games do sound like homework though. Even if they have all these HD collections and remasters and stuff. That's just slightly easier homework. Alright, I think that's this DLC done. 1v1 me, Scrub Lord. It's not homework, it's part of the experience. Don't like a game when you get to it, you can stop. But if you want to get the most out of this series, that's what you do. That's probably still the most commitment you need in a modern gaming series. Like, Mass Effect, the main series has 3 games, and then there's Andromeda. If Kingdom Hearts has all of that, it's still a lot, even with the HD collections. KH games are shorter than Mass Effect. I mean, it depends on how much you do. I'm doing everything in Mass Effect. I could have ended the series like a week or 2 ago, honestly. But I wanted to do everything, so that's why it's taking so long. KH1 is about 14 hours. Well, each of these parts is about 2.5 to 3 hours, so that would have been up to part 7 or so. 100%ing always increases playtime. Yeah, exactly. So that's what this is compared to that. If I wanted to 100% KH, where's that difference come in, though?
Goddess of Oceans. It's you. You... How?
Well, everyone who's ever seen him in person is dead. So,
You're the new Shadow Broker. Taking over as the Shadow Broker really a good idea?
it was either that or lose everything. His contacts, his trading sources, those will really help us. With the Shadow
Yeah.
Broker's information network, I can give you. I can.
Check the power systems.
This is awkward.
It's over. It's finally 2 years.
It's all right.
Yeah, she's finally accomplished something that she's been rooting for 2 years straight.
I don't. We're different people. You have your mission, and
KH1 extra bosses will net you another 4 or 5 just because you need to grind. Okay, yeah, see? And RPG levels of grinding is super rough too.
what our options are.
Like, I'm not even gonna bother with Sephiroth or something if I decide to do Kingdom Hearts.
It's like he never anticipated anyone but himself being here, and it's all ours.
What kind of information are we talking about?
I'm not sure. I'll need to go through his files. Come back later and I'll try might have something useful for you. All I wanted was to rescue Farron, but is it wrong that part of me wants this? With the Shadow Brokers Network, I can help you. Maybe I can turn this operation into something better.
Don't be a stranger this time.
Small chance of that. Come back soon.
Filling up the synthesis list takes forever. Kingdom Hearts 1 is my second favorite game ever, but even I wouldn't do that. Oh yeah, isn't KH2 your favorite? I think I remember you saying that. Alright. So, that was actually one of the two things I wanted to get done tonight. Honestly, you don't suggest 100%ing unless you become a super fan. Yeah, see, that makes logical sense.
Shepard, it's so good to see you. I've set up a few terminals with information I think you'll find
Oh,
interesting.
KH3 is your new favorite? Cool. Oh, hey, Glyph.
Welcome back, Shadow Broker.
What's this?
That's the old Broker's VI assistant. It's actually been helpful with rebuilding the network.
Please let me know if I can organize anything else for you, Shadow Broker.
It also thinks anyone in the room is the broker. I'll play around with the settings later.
My manual is ready whenever you have a moment.
She names him Glyph later on. It's pretty entertaining. Okay, dossiers. So these give extra information on teammates and other people, like the original Shadow Broker. It's pretty interesting to poke through. Oh yeah, see, look, here's where I can reset ability points. For some reason, I can only do that here instead of on my ship. Well, I'm picking the model ship. Investment opportunities. Might look into in between, seeing which of those is supposed to be successful and stuff. Yes, here we go. Heavy pistol damage. Thank you. Damage protection. Thank you. Alright. Let's see, do I have to talk to Liara, or am I good to go? Alright. Let's get out of here, and I can take care of my... Oh, video archive. The heck's this?
What does this console do?
This is the video surveillance access point. I've queued up the archive footage you requested on your last visit, Shadow Broker. Remember, you can zoom in for more detailed viewing and Aria to look. Omega.
Oh. Okay, so that's just some extra interesting stuff. Alright, I'll head out and start Arrival. Hopefully I can finish that tonight. Alright. So Arrival is going to be difficult because I only have my own capabilities to rely on. I don't get my teammates. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break for a second and then I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's get back booted up. Just looked it up, and the coded movie on YouTube is 3 hours. That doesn't count if I can skip Disney stuff without missing anything. Oop, I mean Chain of Memories. Right, I think I remember hearing that Kingdom Hearts has Disney stuff, but it's not really that relevant to the plot, isn't it? Except for, like, King Mickey. I believe that's the case. And boy, is that a weird thing to say. King Mickey. We're bow down to her. Conquer her. Alright. That was a very poor Mickey impression, I will admit. Let's see, where's a mass relay? Here we are. Alright. Oops, you mean Chain of Memories. Alright. Here's where the Arrival DLC is. Varies from game to game, but usually the main plot in Disney worlds are kept separate. See, that's weird to me. Why would you include all of that if it's not really too important to the game? Not to mention the fact that sometimes it's really inconsistent. I remember seeing that some of them will drop you in between movies, or you'll be dealing with the plot of the movie. Like Tangled and Frozen, you had to deal with the plot. Fan service? Okay, yeah. That says it all. I don't know why I was making too big of a deal about it. Alright. So to compensate for the fact that it's just me, I'm going to switch to the Matic Heavy Rifle. Locust SMG, Phalanx Pistol, and Arc Projector. Alright. Alright. Let's see if this was a good call or not. Because there's a lot less ammo in the Matic, but it has a lot more of a punch to it. If I co-commentate over KH1, you can point me in the right direction. Something like that could work. I'll definitely have to think about it, but I won't rule it out as a possibility in the future, Andrew. I need to find a functional emulator and stuff, too. Oh, okay. Directed on how this stuff works.
They've seen us.
Never figure out how to stream off Xbox One.
Very. Batarians will send their prisoners down here to die. I have to find Dr. Kenson now.
Death Pit. Yeah, I don't know if you can stream directly off of an Xbox One. That would be interesting, and it could open me up to a whole lot of other games.
This place is run down, even for a prison.
People stream on PS4. Don't know why Xbox can't do it. Well, maybe they have a deal with Twitch or something. I gave you a... peek that, do not peek that, the holes are right there. There is literally holes looking at that stairwell. Dang it, I'm pretty sure there's an achievement for getting through this entire place without getting caught. Alright, I'm going to switch to my Locust. I told you, good idea. I'm good at this. Okay, so the entire plot of this DLC is to try to stop a Reaper invasion. The Reapers are the giant cuttlefish-looking monsters that kind of try to destroy the galaxy every 50,000 years, and we have reason to believe they are coming very quickly. Was that it here? No door. Yeah, so the reason this is particularly tense is because we're in Batarian space, and they really do not like humans at all. They've tried to crash asteroids into our planets. So, you know, fun at parties. Okay, the Martian rifle is clearly that. I just panicked. I can't move. Just my door. Yeah, like a spring room. It's like those little frog things, those little like little paper things that you put Okay, that's back where I came. Suppose I'm being stupid, I think. Like a maze. Here we are. Okay. Someone just armed weapons.
Yo, what was that? Yo! You just let him walk right up to you.
What's this?
Oh, okay. That's what that was for.
It's literally just, you didn't even need to look at the keyboard, just like mouse. You didn't even need to aim now, just press, like, and the hip fire would still live.
Sneaky.
You need all this to get the screen. Yes, knock really could've. Knock was, I don't know what knock was doing.
This one's apparently the mastermind. If she doesn't talk, kill her.
Why don't you make spawn here? I don't want to spawn here.
Who are you? What are you doing?
Dr. Hanson, I'm Commander Shepard. I'm here to get you out.
Commander Shepard, I'd heard you were alive. Hackett must have received my message.
Mm-hmm.
We're not safe here. Can you walk?
I'm fine. Just give me a moment.
We have to go. Now.
If we can find a console, I can hack security. Make us an escape path.
Then we'll find. Go.
Ready.
Overload and incinerate. Oh, DLC, so they have flashbang. Alright, so far so good. Maybe I should have kept with the Geth pulse rifle. Don't feel like there's enough kick behind the Matic to justify it. I mean, there's a noticeable kick.
Deploying flammable.
Bro.
I guess if I find a weapon loadout station, I'll switch it back. Okay, now I've got to cover her.
They know we're here. Keep them off me while I hack the way out.
That made literally no sense. I don't think there's any death in that process. Some numbers in the back.
We need to close the door we came in through. Keep them out. They're coming through that door in the back. Lock it down. We need to close the door we came in through. Keep them out.
I'd be rich. I would have like $2.
They're coming up from below. Other side, go.
Come on, shield boost. Make it happen.
All doors to the hack. Still need more time.
Guess she died. Crap.
They know we're here. Keep them off me while I hack the way out.
Why can't I freaking close that door? I have to wait until the prompt, don't I? That's stupid.
We need to close the door we came in through. Keep them out. They're coming through that door in the back. Lock it down. They're coming up from below. Other side, go.
And there's the 41st death of this run. Yes, I died, Andrew. I know, man. Change the counter. Gonna try again. That's the best way to deal with this. Okay, so this time I'm not going to expose myself to trouble until after she tells me to shut that door, because for some reason Shepard can't think of that himself. He's stupid. Yeah, there's quite a few DLCs. There's Kasumi and Zaid's missions. Then there's Overlord, Lair of the Shadow Broker, which I just did, and Arrival, which I'm doing now. So there's a decent amount of them. And they're not really boring exactly. They're decently plot relevant. A lot of hard DLCs, I'll give it that. Because a lot of them make Shepard do stuff on his own.
There's an elevator that leads up to the hangar. I'll bring it down to you. Almost done.
Oh, big. Yeah, pretty big DLC. Come on, stay with us, Kenton. Don't be lame. Okay, fortunately my shield explodes whenever I'm depleted. Please tell me that was the last one.
That did it. Let's move.
Alright. Come on, Kenson.
Oh, one last thing. The hangar doors are hard locked. I'll have to get those open the old-fashioned way.
Lovely.
Leave that to me.
Heads up!
Let's see, the controls must be up there. I hope so. I can't guarantee if I'll finish tonight. We're already getting close. I think there's like one more decently long section after this. If I need to go a bit over to finish, it should be fine. Well, that was rude.
Engaging autopilot. We should be well out of range before they
Should be like 20 minutes maybe to be done.
I'm not taking any chances. Batarians don't take kindly to humans who plan to destroy their mass relays.
So the charges against you are true.
Well, to be fair, that's about half the story. My people and I were here investigating rumors of Reaper technology out in the fringes of this system.
It was very silly looking.
We found proof that the Reapers will be arriving in this system. When they get here, they'll use its mass relay to travel throughout the galaxy. We call it the Alpha Relay. From here, the Reapers can invade anywhere in the galaxy.
So you decided to destroy it.
Exactly. Doing that would stop the Reapers' invasion. Even at FTL speeds, it'd be months or years.
Approximately 6 months.
We came up with what we just called the Project. A plan to launch a nearby asteroid into the relay and destroy it before the Reapers could arrive. Of course, the resulting explosion would probably wipe out the system.
I've always heard that mass relays are indestructible.
I've heard that too. But I think it's more that nobody's willing to find out what happens when one is destroyed. And, well, we plan to slam a small planet into the thing at very high speed. By our calculations, that's more than enough.
I still don't see how you learned about this supposed invasion.
The evidence came from what we call Object Rho, a Reaper artifact we discovered among the asteroids near the relay itself. When we get back to Arcturus Station, I'll explain everything and provide copies of all our notes on the artifact.
The stakes are too high. If you were willing to destroy the whole system over this, I want to see your proof.
I guess I can't argue with that. Give me a moment. Kenson to Project Base.
So the concern about Object Rho is that if it's a Reaper artifact, Reapers cause something called indoctrination, where they start to warp and bend and control minds. So there's definitely concern about these people.
Sit back and relax. We'll be there in no time.
I feel like the game's mocking me. You can change your difficulty level at any time. No, I'm not giving in. Staying on insanity mode. Okay, this must be the project.
You're welcome. No, I actually thought.
Here we are. Welcome to Project Base.
What's this?
That's our countdown to arrival. When that gets to 0, the Reapers will have come.
2 days.
Over 2 days and counting. Puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
You're saying the Reapers could be at Earth in 2 days? There's no time to waste.
Then let's show you that proof. That door exits the hangar. The artifact is in our central lab area.
Switch back to the Geth Pulse.
Say Lamau. Lamau.
Locust, Phalanx. Have a lot of options here, but I think I'm going to stick with the arc projector.
This guy didn't
Alright, let's move it to it.
Go through the door at the end of that corridor to your left.
So what would it take to get the project back up and running?
Everything was in place when we were arrested. It wasn't a question of could we, but should we?
Always good to ask that question according to Jurassic Park.
The Reapers will reach this...
Whole lot of mercenaries, huh?
But the Alpha Relay is their shortcut to the rest of the galaxy. If you want to keep the Reapers at bay, this relay must be destroyed.
We have to get the project running again. It's probably the only chance we have.
One sec. Let me get the door.
There it is. Object Rho.
Commander Shepard, I give you Object Rho.
You have the Reaper artifact just sitting here? Out in the open?
When we found it, it showed me a vision of the Reaper's arrival.
Kenson, this is not good.
Give it a moment, Shepard. It'll give you the proof you need.
Ugh. Very not good. Saboteur!
I can't let you start the project, Shepard. I can't let you stop the arrival. Take him down!
Over here! Let's go!
Not going down that easy. Flashbang right next to me.
Do not resist. Give yourself over and be spared.
Yeah, the Reapers aren't really big on sparing things, especially not things that have given them as much trouble over the years as Shepard.
Shepard won't come down.
Okay.
Your galaxy is in sight. Your final days are at hand.
The Reapers are big on taunting. See, they've never lost. Okay, I need to break cover, grab extra ammo.
The end of your species will come.
Yeah, keep sweet talking me about the end of my species. All ears, you psychopaths. There's a pyro nearby. Crap.
Struggle if you wish. Your mind will be mine.
Whatever you say, big guy. Alright, I'm starting to run low on options. Ah! Oh my god. I could have been done with that part like 5 minutes ago. I forgot. That was a scripted loss. Like, you could still win, but you'd get knocked out anyway. Ugh. That's so stupid of me. I think the worst part is I was so close, too. Could have made that if I just stayed behind the cover instead of trying to move.
I'm the door, right? I find you.
But it could be a glitch in the system.
I'm breaking his legs.
No glitch. The sedatives aren't working.
I
Security!
mean, I'm breaking his legs. What? I'm chilling, recovering here.
The project is almost complete. I thought I'd feel a sense of accomplishment, but instead, I feel dread.
You just by getting a little free.
Shepard's here!
Good thing there's so many mechs over here. If there was just one, or they could keep me out of the system, I'd be screwed. At least these enemies knew to take off my armor, huh?
Shepard's escaped. All available personnel to the medical wing. Do not let him activate the project.
Alright.
Much time. I have to get this asteroid moving and get the hell out of here.
Shepard's past them. All personnel, get in there. Shepard's in the living quarters. Seal off project control.
I have to say, the Reapers really let them get close if the project's pretty close to being up and running already. Alright, I do not have time on my side in this mission. Because that clock's not just for show. $16 days left. Oh, are you talking about Fairy Tail now? Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. Hoping it's good. Because sometimes good anime games is a lot to ask for. Just ask Jump Force. Practically vibrating in your chair. Yeah, that's not surprising to me. You're a pretty big Fairy Tail fan. Not expecting the best game 5 ever, but it looks like it'll be a pretty cool experience for fans. Yeah, that's what I think too. As far as Fairy Tail or any other anime game goes, it's built for the fans. So it's not really best game material. At least I've never played an anime game that feels like a best game. Alright, I'm running low on time.
Welcome to Project Control.
I want to activate the project.
Warning. Activating the project results in an estimated 305,000 casualties.
Ugh. That's a lot.
Project activation in progress. Warning. Collision with mass relay is imminent. Begin evacuation procedures.
Alert. All colonists living in the Bahak system. This is...
Shepard, no! Do you have any idea what you've done? You leave me no choice. If we can't stop this asteroid, it must be destroyed.
Tell me where to find Dr. Amanda Kenson.
Dr. Hansen is traveling to the reactor.
Literally nobody.
An ESO-core meltdown should do it. Because of you, everyone on this rock will be obliterated.
Not if I get to you first.
Sit down. Yeah, what's happening?
Ugh. This is tricky and rough.
Don't try to stop me, Shepard. I have to do this.
I've already activated the project. We can still escape this rock.
There is no escape. There's no redemption for what you've done. I will die, never having seen the Reaper's blessings, and you will just die.
Damn it, Kenson.
Okay, Rush.
Safety protocols disengaged. Core temperature rising.
Oh, okay then. You learn that.
How do I stabilize the reactor core?
All automatic safety protocols have been
Die
notified.
over here.
To stabilize the reactor. Manually insert Rod A from this control station.
Then I need to do the one on the other side.
Insert Rod B from control station B.
Of course.
Will stabilize the reactor core.
That's convenient at least. Come on.
Flash shield.
He's coming to you guys.
Hey, no backup necessary. Repeat, no backup necessary. All right. Alright, so far so good. Gotta keep the pressure on the fools. That's an obnoxious scream. All right. Alright, so I need to deal with her. And then I need to escape, and then I'm done for the night. I'm well over now, but generally that's a good thing.
You've taken them away from me. I will never see the Reaper's arrival.
Uh-oh.
All you had to do was stay asleep. None of this had to happen.
Kenson, you don't have to do this. We can get off this asteroid.
No, we cannot.
Warning, collision imminent. Warning, collision imminent. Warning, collision imminent. Warning, collision imminent.
Crap.
Warning, collision imminent. Warning, collision imminent. Warning, collision imminent.
Joker, this is Shepard. I need a pickup. Now.
Communication system damaged.
Of course it is.
Damn it.
Evacuation protocols in effect. All personnel report to escape shuttles.
Where can I find an escape shuttle?
Take the lift from this room to the external access. From there, proceed to the communications tower. The remaining escape shuttles will be located on the tower's landing pad.
I have to get to that comm tower and take a shuttle. It's my only chance.
Not good. I can do this. Comm tower's that way. We gotta go, go, go.
What's this?
I think I can take a second to loot extra stuff. I'm a flippin' magpie. Alright, this is the last section of the DLC. I can do this. Ah. Okay. So that was too risky of me. I was hoping to run and get the signal. Didn't work. I panicked because of the proximity thing. Okay, I've died the number of times that is the answer to the question.
I'm out of cakes. Where do we want to go? Yeah, where do we want to go? Want to go to the meat packing plant?
Life, the universe, everything. 42. Come on.
They're through my shield.
Come on.
Damn it. I have to get to the comm tower. Hope the Normandy's listening.
Getting way too close to comfort for that relay. Okay, let things get closer to that direction this time. No, I can't do that while I'm being shot at. Crap. No! Dang it. This is not good. Well, I'm playing on the hardest difficulty, Andrew, and I'm playing without squad mates, which the game basically has you rely on. And I'm on a time limit. So this is just a bad situation all around. It's not funny when you answer that seriously. Well, this is serious business. Come on. Alright. Big guy's down. Any more enemies? No, he was the last one. Alright, so now I can hack the comm relay.
Shepard to Normandy. Joker, do you read me?
Yeah, she's just staying around here.
Shepard, you have become an annoyance. You fight against inevitability, dust struggling against cosmic winds. This seems a victory to you. A star system sacrificed. But even now, your greatest civilizations are doomed to fall. Your leaders will beg to be harvested.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe we can't do this.
Oh my god, I did it.
But we'll fight regardless.
Quietest pop off in centuries.
I'm doing now. However insignificant we might be, we will fight. We will sacrifice.
Oh man,
And we will find a way.
that was exhausting.
Know this as you die in vain. Your time will come. Your species will fall. Prepare yourselves for the arrival.
Blah blah blah. He talks too much.
Watch when she's coming. Watch when she's coming. Like right towards her.
Normandy inbound for pickup.
Like she is right there.
Roger that.
Alright, and now an entire solar system is getting blowed up.
Get us out of here, Joker.
That shockwave there consumes a whole chunk of the galaxy. And that's why we don't blow up mass relays. Whew. Alright, I did it. Oh my god.
She's just standing. Okay, she's teleporting.
Huh. Looks like you've recovered.
Admiral Hackett.
Sounds like you went through hell down there. How are you feeling?
Fine. No more visions, if that's what you mean. I wasn't expecting to see you here.
You went out there as a favor to me.
I decided to debrief you in person. That was before the mass relay exploded and destroyed an entire Batarian system. What the hell happened out there, Commander?
Have you received any intel about what happened?
All I know is I sent you out there to break Amanda Kenson out of prison. And now an entire system is destroyed. I hope you could fill in the leap of logic between those two events.
Yeah, that's a pretty big leap.
I confirmed Dr. Kenson's proof. The Reapers were coming. Destroying that relay was the only way to stop it. Kenson sedated me for almost 2 days. I started the engines with little more than an hour left. I tried to warn the Batarian colony, but time ran out.
The Batarians report no survivors from Aratat. At least you tried. And you believe the Reaper invasion really was a threat?
No doubt about it. We literally had minutes to spare.
I'm sure all the details are in your report. I won't lie to you, Shepard. The Batarians will want blood, and there's just enough evidence for a witch hunt. And we don't want war with the Batarians. Not with the Collectors out there taking our colonists.
What are you saying?
You did what you did for the best of reasons, but there were more than 300,000 Batarians in that system. All dead.
They died to save trillions of lives. If I could have saved them, you bet your ass I would have.
You're preaching to the choir, Commander. If it were up to me, I'd give you a damn medal. Unfortunately, not everyone will see it.
Correct. Technically, I just committed one of the worst war crimes in history.
So what do you suggest?
Evidence against you is shoddy at best. But at some point, you'll have to go to Earth and face the music. I can't say
300,000 dead in an hour.
let them fight for it.
What's the Alliance doing about the Collectors?
We're setting fleets around our major colonies and evacuating our smaller ones. But the ships that encounter the Collectors haven't reported back. We're outmatched. I'm really hoping you and Cerberus have an ace up your sleeve.
I'll gladly stand trial once this mission is done.
Glad to see working with Cerberus hasn't stripped away your sense of honor. Do whatever you have to do out here. But when Earth calls, you make sure you're there with your dress blues on. Ready to take the hit.
We picked him up while I was in the med bay, recovering from the Arrival DLC.
Yes, sir.
You've done a hell of a thing, Commander.
He wanted to debrief us in person even before we ended up blowing up an entire solar system, so he was kinda upset. Both DLC done tonight. Heck yeah, I'm popping off about that.
So close.
Alright, that was way better than I could have asked for, and only like 40 minutes over.
Break the ankle.
So I'm gonna real quick research these upgrades.
Oh, really?
Ooh, heavy skin weave for extra health. Please and thank you. Heavy weapon ammo, I'm definitely needing that. And metagel capacity. Alright.
Yeah, restore.
Okay, that makes it official. Oh, hey, look. See, this is where Hackett came from. We're in the Sol system. So he must have had Normandy come here when we were finished with the system down here, which is now destroyed. Look at that, there's a blank spot where it was. You told Ish to stop, but apparently you didn't read it. Oh, yeah, the packages for Miranda's friend Ish. Yeah, that doesn't read as mission completion. You need to actually give him the data for it to count as a mission complete. Alright. So, I have the Reaper IFF, the Legion loyalty mission, and then the Collector base. 3 missions left. That's Thursday. That is going to be on Thursday. For now, I am going to turn in for the night. I have an interesting plan for tomorrow night. I'm going to be playing the game Ark Survival Evolved with a guest on using Discord. So that's going to be very entertaining. Hopefully it goes well. I've never played Ark Survival Evolved, and this guy is very good at what he does. So, should be entertaining. Alright. I'm calling it here. See you tomorrow for Ark Survival Evolved, and Thursday for the end of the Mass Effect 2 Insanity run.